It's time for us to have a conversation on the consumer tech segment. Today, we'll be talking about how to develop a digital plan for your family. Now, I'm sure you're curious about what all of that means, but Maximus Ametogo, who is a consultant, technology consultant, has joined us this morning, and he's going to help us to get into this conversation. If you have any questions as we go along, or any comments you want to make, kindly use the hashtag Breakfast Daily for us to hear what you're thinking. And the WhatsApp line is 0550 Maximus, good morning.
Good morning, David.
How are you?
I'm good.
All right. So why does any family even need a digital plan?
That's it. I don't know how to couch it, but 10 years ago, that would have been like a breaking news question. But right now, we should be thinking about why your family doesn't have one.
Okay.
With COVID and all that is happening, everybody is being headed onto the online sphere or digital platforms. As a family, you must have a plan. You must have something that will guide how you use internet for whatever purpose in your house, either by the parents, the siblings, the children, or whoever. Whichever unit of the family, you must have a plan as to how you use digital services or solutions.
Well, I can say for a fair amount of surety that the majority of people I know, or who are in my circle, there's no plan. We just buy data when it finishes, and then we just use. There's no thinking necessarily into having a structured, organized plan. So help us to get into this thing. How do we develop such a plan?
Yeah, so I have some checklists that I came up with.
Okay.
So the first thing is you need to profile the digital needs of the family.
Okay.
Right. So if you pick all the people within the family, whether they are mother and father, or they don't have children, or just single parents without children, you know the needs of when it comes to digital solutions. So if you're a worker, you know that, okay, now you're not going to the office frequently, or you are doing a lot of stuff virtually. You need to profile that. If you have your children at home who do Zoom, in terms of their classroom engagement with their teachers, then it means that, okay, you need a hardware, you need a software, you need internet to be able to solve that need. If your family is spread out, you are not within the same compound or the same house, it means that if you want to connect with the person who is in school, with the person who is in the office, the person who is traveled outside, you want to have that a communication platform. So you need to do a detailed profile need of the family. Then you need to set objectives. So based on the needs, we're going to use internet for communication. We want to use it to bring the family together. So for a family building, needs, right? And then we want to look at the education, the students in the house, how will they use it? The father at home, how will he use it for his work? The mom who is at home, how will she also use it for her work? And then maybe she wants to do some shopping also online, whether on Instagram or any of the platforms. How will you use those digital needs? So you need to set some objectives for yourself as a family. Then you go to who you can engage online, right? So who will you engage online? The family, the church, the school, whoever is connected to you, right? For which you need to have that digital solution at home. So if it's just for family, for chatting, school, for education, you need to define, who can the children also chat with? Right? So you need to do that. You can chat with maybe your uncles, your aunties, your other siblings, but you can't go beyond this. You can't chat with strangers. So you have to define the people that they must chat with. Then you come to a list of the digital solutions that they can use or channels that they can use. Right? So if you have for the children, maybe YouTube Kids or Kidstopia or some other online platform, you can list all those ones. The parents, you use your Gmail or your website or your Zoom or Teams or Google, whatever, Hangouts and
yeah.
whatever solutions that you have, WhatsApps for this, Telegram for whatever, Facebook for this. You need to list all those channels,
Okay.
and then who uses what channel, so that even if you are going to have a budget for the family, then you know that, okay, we have heavy video consumers in the house,
Yeah.
and then we have people who consume less content or less heavy content. So we know how to come up with the line items for the budget. So you need to have that clearly stated. And then agree on the content that can be consumed or shared online. So you have age restrictions. So the children, you can't watch some online platforms.
Yeah.
You cannot visit some online platform. You are restricted. And usually you want even to download the videos for the children.
Yeah,
so that you
so
go
that
to
they
the
are
YouTube platform.
Sitting on the machines.
Exactly. So
and
you
not
download
online.
it on it. So they have an offline versions of the same video.
Yeah.
Then you put the internet off, or you put the parental control on the browsing feature of the device.
Okay.
So that when they click to browse, it doesn't give them the access. So that anytime they want to watch the same video, so just click and play.
And
It's offline.
Of course, kids love to watch again and again and again and again
Repetition.
and again. You know, they love to repeat
Exactly.
the same thing that they've watched.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, I was looking at some videos and I realized that I never seen any of those numbers anywhere before.
Yeah.
Where look, I've been on YouTube for maybe 15 years plus, but I have never seen any videos except yesterday, where I saw that a video has been watched 345 million times. I was like, hey, on YouTube Kids.
Yes.
You see, but then it just quickly occurred to me that, oh, it's kids.
Yes.
They watch repeatedly.
Exactly.
When we were kids, we used to watch some videos. I mean, there's some videos we've watched 20 times, 30 times, you know. So, yeah, it makes a lot of sense.
So you have that. So you show your children maybe some music videos or some toy review videos, and they want it repeatedly.
Yeah.
When you pick the remote, they will
That's
mention the
what they
channel.
want to
That's
watch.
what I want.
Yeah.
And they want to repeat it. You want you to rewind and repeat it. So you need to
So that it
know
makes
that.
sense to download it so that you don't have to
Exactly.
keep going back online.
Exactly. So that reduces your consumption of internet or data too as well. So you cut down on costs
Yeah.
on those things. Then you need to also list the devices, categorize the devices that needs to be used online.
Okay.
So the children, are they, okay, if you have a smart TV, okay, they can watch smart TV, so it's for the children. You have a tablet for maybe the 5 years to 10 years of teenagers, they have their own tablet. You have your laptop, you have your desktop machine, and then you have your mobile phones. So you need to categorize all that.
Okay.
Can the children be on the mobile phone, or they should be on the tablet, or they should be on the smart TV? Who moderates the use of those platforms? Because if you give your child your smartphone, it means they will have access to internet.
Yeah.
So from one channel, one video, and then they are off the platforms that you want them to be, and then they are either buying something with your credit card or they are watching some video that they shouldn't be watching.
Yeah.
So you need to have a categorization of those devices that you are using.
Okay.
And then create a timetable. So number 7, create a timetable for everybody. You can't browse beyond this time.
Okay.
You can do your homework between this time and that time. And there's that the challenge too. So you have to also consider your internet reliability. So that if you know maybe in the mornings the internet is reliable in your area, or in the afternoons the internet is reliable in the area, then you can slot in the time for maybe the children doing their homework online when you're at home. Or you want to also make sure that all your Zoom sections are put within the time bands that you have reliable internet.
Okay.
Because at a point, if you are sharing the internet within your area, which is like the pooling system. If a lot of people are on the same network, it will jam it up.
Yeah.
So you may not have the reliability that you need to have that. So you need to also have that consideration. Then you put everybody timetable. So if you do ABCD, you can get 30 minutes to watch your videos. If you don't do it, we deny you the ability to watch your video and all that. So have a schedule beyond which you don't permit the children. And then you have also the teens, and then the early, 20-year-olds in the house who can go and hide in their room and be browsing all sorts of things on their mobile phones.
Yep.
So if they are using the network at home,
Yeah.
then you can say, okay, you are going to pull the plug so that you put the internet off. Then they can have access to the internet.
Yeah.
They can do audio calls. They may buy their own data anyway, but they may not have enough data to go beyond the time that you think they should.
Okay.
So you need to have all those controls in place. Yeah. And then number 8, have a code of conduct for every user.
Interesting.
It's very important.
Office.
Exactly. You need to have that because usually the abuse happens where there's no guidance.
Okay.
Where there are no do's and don'ts. You can't do this, you cannot do that. It has to be clearly stated.
Okay.
You can't go beyond this particular, so we've put offline videos for you. You cannot come and ask daddy for the password to browse the videos that you want. Okay, you want some new videos because you've heard about it. So, okay, daddy, can you put it on it? Daddy will audit it and then download it on the tablet before. So you must put those restrictions in place, even though you must make room for some flexibility. Okay, so if you are around them and they are watching those things on, for example, a smart TV, you are there. So if they are going off channel, you can control that. But if you are not at home, it's quite dangerous. So you may not know who they are chatting with and all that. Wow. So you need to have that code of conduct. Then number 9, measure efficiency and resource.
Okay.
We gave you internet. You did use it for your homework. Are you performing at school? We gave you internet access. Is it working? Are you spending more time browsing than learning?
Than actually learning, yeah.
Exactly.
With the excuse that you are doing school
your homework
online.
Exactly.
Yeah. You are Googling the history of the Aztec Indians.
Exactly, right? So
meanwhile, you're watching some
other stuff. So you are spending more data on entertainment than education.
Yeah.
So you need to have a balance. So that if people are spending a lot more time on entertainment than learning, right, then it means that you have to restrict it. So the timetable comes in, it needs to be reinforced because you cannot do it all the time.
Yeah.
Some tablets come with even the what do you call it? The time that you can fix the time on the device.
Okay.
Right. So beyond which the device will lock automatically.
Oh wow.
So all those the time that you spend on the device can be used. And then have a monthly family digital budget, which I touched on a bit.
Earlier,
so that if you know the needs of their family, then okay, we need to buy a tablet, we need to buy a laptop, we need to buy a desktop that everybody must use in turns. So we have timetable because we don't have a device for every member of the family. So you know how much you are going to spend. Okay, let's buy 40 gig a month or let's buy 40 gig a week, depending on the various needs of each member of the family.
Okay.
So you have that running. If you don't have the timetable, you may overrun your budget. So those are the things that can run up your budget. Okay. And then if you don't have strict rules in place, you can also overrun your budget. Sometimes you need to also set the video quality on the devices or the smart TV, so that you say, okay,
so you
on
take it
Netflix,
off auto and put it on.
Yeah, so on Netflix, for example, you can spend 300 megabytes to watch a 1-hour video. So all those settings are there.
Okay.
If you want very high definitions to HDR videos, it means that your data consumption will also be increased. On YouTube, you can do the same settings on YouTube so that you reduce the listen that you consume. 11, have a crisis management system because crisis may come.
Like how?
Especially the teenagers sharing pictures that they shouldn't be sharing. Then their friends bullying them. And then, doing things that they shouldn't be doing. They can be sharing locations or daddy's information with their friends or whatever. Wow. They go and hide the washroom, take a selfie, and share it with their friends before you realize, oh, your daughter sent a half naked or naked picture to the boyfriend, and then the boyfriend is sharing it in school.
Wow.
So you must have all those things in place and make sure you are able to manage the crisis thing.
Yeah.
And the last thing is educate the members about your plan. So you have a digital plan, this simple checklist that, okay, in the house, these are the things that we need to do in terms of our digital consumption or behavior online, and everybody must follow it. So these are your rules you must follow as children. Teenagers, these are your rules. Mom and dad are supposed to do A, B, C, D. And then there are conditions. You cannot browse if you don't do your homework. If you want to do your homework, use your do research. Mommy or daddy must be at home, or a caretaker must be at home to moderate the internet and all that for you.
Yeah.
So you must have all those things, educate the people, and then you are good to go.
So, I mean, it's extremely detailed what you've given us.
Yeah.
And I don't know, though, I mean, for the viewers who are watching, how easy will it be to implement all of this? And what should be their approach if everything has been chaotic up to now and they are hearing this for the first time and thinking, oh my goodness, there's just so much to take care of. What would be the baby steps?
So the baby steps, of course, there'll be, when you start something, there'll be red flags, right?
Okay.
Red flags. Maybe the child is spending too much time online. We need to reduce it. So that's your first red flag.
Okay.
So how do you reduce that? A, B, C, D. Now, they are supposed to do their homework and they don't want to do it. They're always on the screens. So how do we incentivize them or disincentivize them to be able to, you know, spend, how do you call it? They will not spend too much time online. You need to do that.
Yeah.
Okay, we are burning too much data at home. How do we make sure we reduce that? So those are the baby steps that you need to do that. Then you've read about some stories of children, you know, using the internet wrongly, or some people using information children share online for social engineering stuff and fraud and the rest. So you hear all these things. Some teenager, because the girlfriend jilted him, went and shared a naked picture of the girlfriend online. You know, we had issues like that in Ghana. Right, so when you start reading some of those things, it gives you an idea that, hey, the internet is a place that you need to moderate because it's a world on its own, right? So those things should scare you to protect your family. It's very important. Then, okay, every time the school says they should do research online, you know, do research online. They need to do research, you know, do their homework. Then they are mentioning some cartoon characters and all of that. So how do you make sure that all these red flags and needs you need to look out for to at least moderate yourself and come up with a simple digital plan for the family?
Yeah. When you talk about YouTube Kids as a place for educating kids, how important has that particular site been, that channel, I mean, or that platform, YouTube Kids? In your experience, what has that been like?
I think it's been helpful because it's more of a kids-centric content that they have, you know, on the channel, and then you have all these permissions that has been laid on the usage. So you need a parent to put the code on it. Then you can download the offline videos, all these rhymes and cartoons and all those videos for children on it. Then you can even regulate the time they spend on the devices. So a platform allows you to do that. Okay. Without internet, they cannot even access some of the videos and the rest. So at least that gives you an idea in terms of the content that is sensitive to the needs of the children. Yeah. So for me, I would recommend that not just the main YouTube, but the YouTube Kids for the families to use.
Okay. Yeah. So in a nutshell, if you like a minute, let's wrap up the whole conversation. The importance of creating a digital plan for your family. And don't just take it for granted that, oh, there's internet. We have bought some. Yeah. Let's all use.
Yeah, exactly. So the plan is necessary because you are living in the digital age, right? So we are virtually present. You know, with the COVID now, we are more virtually present than physically
before,
present. So a lot of people are spending time, you know, online. So working, educating, on all those sales and e-commerce and the rest happening online. So it's very important that you understand that. Then you also control your budget, because since you need the internet, you know, to do whatever you need to do, if the absence of it will also affect you as a parent who is working virtually and as a child who needs to learn online, right? So it's very important to understand that. Then you need to also manage crisis. You anticipate it, you simulate that, hey, these are the things that can happen from the internet, and that's the kind of world or darkness that the digital space can also bring. You anticipate that is very important. Then you build a culture, a digital culture into the children, that these are the do's and don'ts, the side effects of not doing whatever or abusing the digital platforms or the opportunities that you have.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you. Thank you very much, Maximus.
You're welcome.
All right. We've been speaking with Maximus Ametogo, who is a technology consultant and analyst, and he's been helping us to get into the conversation about how to develop a digital plan for your family. Don't just take it for granted that, oh, we have enough money, we bought internet, and so that's it. So it's a 12-point, and watch again on CityTube later on. Watch again and again and again and learn all the different things that you need to do. We'll be right back after these messages. Don't go anywhere.